today, from Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos versus Lamar Jackson and the Philadelphia Eagles.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by the NFL's MVP from 2019, now in his fourth season out of Louisville, Lamar Jackson.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
And he's going to get forward for about 5, but then may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? See this quite a bit on running plays where the guy's out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coached some receivers in the offseason.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Lawrence Guy. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. To try again after the sack. Jackson. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. So now here are the Broncos with excellent field position to start off. They'll be led out by a 7-time Pro Bowl quarterback in his 10th NFL season now. That's Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 24 carries, 108 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff, because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
On first down, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Wilson. He's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll run here with Akers. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Wilson. And it's caught. Touchdown. Quintez Cephas. His first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Now they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And smartly going into the slide there. Wilson has enough for the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. A first carry now. This is Williams.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter.
And I think it works a couple of ways for him.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson eluding the pressure right. Space to run past the 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Rotating him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Akers. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Akers again. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. This Eagle defense, they won't give in without a fight. This is 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Akers. And Akers, he is not going to get there. They mark him short of the 1st. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Gay's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down now, it's Gibson. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Jackson now. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Jackson. He's got Njoku over the middle. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 26.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And now we see Bryant yet to pop up. Still down following that play. From the 24, Jackson. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points. Not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
A throw over the middle taken in. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Throwing is Wilson. Flush to his right. And smartly going into the slide there. Wilson has enough for the first. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
He'll dump this off to Akers. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Broncos. A.J. Green, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. That time a 9-play drive, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. Keelan Cole now to return. And able to get this out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag. It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
They'll run with Gibson. And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has none. They rally up to stop him short of the marker. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on fourth. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. The kick by McManus is good. And a second field goal here gets them back within 11 now. It's 17-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
To return it, Darius Phillips. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And he's been fun to watch run the football. We know he can pass, but using his legs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. They'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Throwing again on second down. Wilson. That's caught by Galladay. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10.
Just like that, on we head to half number 2. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. On the return, Phillips. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
That's going to set them back 5 yards. A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down. Here's Wilson. And this one taken in by Cephas. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. To throw is Wilson. Forced out to his left. And now look at this. this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. So potentially. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively, and it'll bring up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A handoff for Gibson. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And he will have a Broncos 1st down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
They got a completion there. That's clearly an example of one side happy, the other side not very happy. Defense, very, hey, take 1 or 2 yards. We're good with that. Offense, you got to expect to get more on the passing play.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Wilson. Open man is Galladay, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
2nd and 4. Here's Wilson. On his slant, complete to Green. And he'll go out of bounds finally at the 7. A huge play there for Denver. He had 1 touchdown earlier, nearly a 2nd one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. His 4th rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall. And the Broncos will extend their lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Cole now on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well.
Go to
something
else.
else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Here's Jackson to throw. And he's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. Throwing is Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. Now it's Wilson. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. On second down, it's Williams. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Again, it's Williams. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. He'll get this out wide to Gaskin. And out. yards across the 15-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now it's Jackson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. And now they're in the hurry-up. To throw again is Jackson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to Moore.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. It's the correct call.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A first carry here for J.J. Taylor. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They'll run now with Gaskin. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Gaskin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. And we get another look now at this Broncos offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there on the catch and run. Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for 1st and 10. Now Wilson. He gets this complete to Cephas. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he will find his man on the outside. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. He's going to get it running right. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
And he's got it. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And Gay knocks this one through. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down. Jackson to throw. And this one's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Man, that ain't make no sense.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Here's Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a high throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Jackson. His throw incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing, Jackson. Steps away to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So the field goal unit is coming on here, and boy, this is going to be darn near impossible. And this from the parking lot, from an even 70 yards out. Well, he does have a good leg, I'll give him that, but not that good.
Not by a long shot.
Now a 1st down carry, it's Williams. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They run it again with Williams. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. On third down, Wilson. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he's not going to get the first down. He had to get to the 30, but he's a yard or two short. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down. They run. It's Williams. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Denver, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank